We'll give it one more minute.
I'm there.
All right.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, I'll call to order the organizational meeting of 2021. Sandy, please call the roll.
All right, you got to unmute first. Bogo,
Present.
Gerhardstein,
Here.
Jaworski,
Excused.
Kosky,
Here.
Levon,
Here.
Sakis,
Here.
Deloto. Maria, you have to unmute yourself.
I know. I'm sorry. I'm
Oh,
having
there you go. Good, thank you.
today, guys. Sorry, I'm late. Couldn't get online.
No worries. Okay, appointment of council clerk.
I'll make a motion to appoint Sandy Fink as council clerk. Second.
Moved by Councilman Sakis, seconded by Councilman Gerhardstein to appoint Sandy Fink as the council clerk. Discussion? Sandy, please call the roll.
Bogo,
Yes.
Gerhardstein,
Yes.
Kosky,
Yes.
Levon,
Yes.
Sakis,
Yes.
Deloto.
Yes.
Adoption of the rules of council.
I'll make a motion to,
Adopt the Rules of Council, Chapter 121.01.
second.
Moved by Councilwoman Kosky, seconded by Councilman Sakis to adopt the charter chapter of 121.001 rules of council. Discussion? Sandy, please call the roll.
Bogo,
Yes.
Gerhardstein,
Yes.
Kosky,
Yes.
Levon,
Yes.
Sakis,
Yes.
Deloto.
Yes.
The election of council representative to the planning commission.
I would like to elect Matt Jaworski as the council representative to the Planning Commission.
Second.
Moved by Councilwoman Kosky, seconded by Councilwoman Deloto to appoint Councilman Jaworski as the council representative to the planning commission. Discussion? Sandy, please call the roll.
Bogo,
Yes.
Gerhardstein,
Yes.
Kosky,
Yes.
Levon,
Yes.
Sakis,
Yes.
Deloto.
Yes.
Appointment of council representative to the Board of Zoning Appeals.
Like to nominate Ed Levon.
Second.
Moved by Councilman Gerhardstein, by Councilwoman Deloto to appoint Councilman Ed Levon as the council representative to the Board of Zoning Appeals. Discussion? Sandy, please call the roll.
Bogo,
Yes.
Gerhardstein,
Yes.
Kosky,
yes,
Levon,
Yes.
Sakis,
yes,
Saloto,
yes,
Appointment of council representative to the Parks and Recs Commission.
I will appoint Randy Gahardstein as representative for the Parks and Rec.
second,
Moved by Councilman Sakis, seconded by Councilwoman Saloto to appoint Councilman Garrett Stein as the council representative to Parks and Recreation Commission. Discussion? Sandy, please call the roll.
Bogo,
yes,
Gerhardstein,
Yes.
Kosky,
yes,
Levon,
Yes.
Sakis,
Yes,
Saloto,
You're muted again, Maria.
yes, sorry,
Appointment of council representative to the Keep Wickliffe Beautiful Commission.
I'd like to appoint Councilwoman Maria Saloto to represent council to the Keep Wickliffe Beautiful Commission.
second,
Moved by Councilman Garrett Stein, seconded by Councilman Sakis to appoint Councilwoman Saloto as the council representative to the Keep Wickliffe Beautiful Commission. Discussion? Sandy, please call the roll.
Bogo,
yes,
Gerhardstein,
Yes.
Kosky,
yes,
Levon,
Yes.
Sakis,
yes,
Saloto,
yes,
Appointment of council representative to the Environmental Commission.
I will appoint Sherry Kosky to the Environmental Commission.
second,
Moved by Councilman Sakis, seconded by Councilwoman Saloto to appoint Councilwoman Kosky as the council representative to the Environmental Commission. Discussion? Sandy, please call the roll.
Bogo,
yes,
Gerhardstein,
Yes.
Kosky,
yes,
Levon,
Yes.
Sakis,
Yes,
Saloto,
yes,
Appointment of council representative to the Cemetery Board.
I'd like
I'd
to
like
nominate or appoint Joe Sakis as the representative of council to the Cemetery Board.
second,
Moved by Councilman Gerhard Stein, seconded by Councilwoman Kosky to appoint Councilman Sakis as a council representative to the Cemetery Board. Discussion? Sandy, please call the roll.
Bogo,
yes,
Gerhardstein,
Yes.
Kosky,
yes,
Levon,
Yes.
Sakis,
yes,
Saloto,
yes,
Appointment of council representative to the Senior Center Board.
I'd like to nominate Tom Bogo to the Senior Center Board.
second,
Second.
Moved by Councilwoman Saloto, second by Councilwoman Kosky to appoint Councilman Bogo as the council representative to the Senior Center Board. Discussion? Sandy, please call the roll.
Bogo,
yes,
Gerhardstein,
Yes.
Kosky,
yes,
Levon,
Yes.
Sakis,
yes,
Saloto,
Yes,
Appointment of council representative to the Provo Guild.
I would like to appoint Councilman Hartstein for the representative, to be the representative for the Provo Guild.
second,
Moved by Councilman Sakis, second by Councilman Bogo to appoint Councilman Garrett Stein as a council representative to the Provo Guild. Discussion? Sandy, please call the roll.
Bogo,
yes,
Gerhardstein,
Yes.
Kosky,
yes,
Levon,
Yes.
Sakis,
Yes,
Saloto,
yes,
Appointment of council representative to the Income Tax Board of Review.
I'd like to nominate Sherry Kosky to be the council representative to the Income Tax Board of Review.
second,
Moved by Councilman Sakis, second by Councilwoman Saloto to appoint Councilwoman Kosky as the council representative to the Income Tax Board of Review. Discussion? Sandy, please call the roll.
Bogo,
yes,
Gerhardstein,
Yes.
Kosky,
yes,
Levon,
Yes.
Sakis,
yes,
Saloto,
yes,
Appointment of council representatives to the Volunteer Firefighters Dependents Fund.
I would like to appoint council representatives, Ed Levon and Matt Jaworski to the Volunteer Firefighters Dependents Fund.
Second.
second,
Moved by Councilwoman Kosky, seconded by Councilman Sakis, to appoint Councilman Levon and Jaworski as the council representatives to the Volunteer Firefighters Dependents Fund. Discussion? Sandy, please call the roll.
Bogo,
yes,
Gerhardstein,
Yes.
Kosky,
Yes,
Levon,
Yes.
Sakis,
yes,
Saloto,
yes,
Okay, Mayor, your appointment of Director of Law, Police Prosecutor.
Yes, I'd like to reappoint Scott Zeely.
I would like to affirm the mayor's appointment of Scott Zeely as Director of Law and Police Prosecutor.
second,
Moved by Councilwoman Kosky, seconded by Councilman Sakis, to reaffirm the mayor's appointment of Scott Zeely as a Director of Law, Police Prosecutor. Discussion? Sandy, please call the roll.
Bogo,
yes,
Gerhardstein,
Yes.
Kosky,
Yes,
Levon,
Yes.
Sakis,
yes,
Saloto,
yes,
Mayor's appointment of the Director of Public Service.
Yes, I'd like to reappoint Ron Strausser to the Director of Public Service.
second. Or no, I would like to, yeah, how do I do that? I would like to confirm the mayor's appointment of Ron Strausser as the Director of Public Service.
Perfect.
Second.
Moved by Councilwoman Saloto, second by Councilman Gerhardstein, to reaffirm the mayor's appointment of Ron Strausser as a Director of Public Service. Discussion? Sandy, please call the roll.
Bogo,
yes,
Gerhardstein,
Yes.
Kosky,
yes,
Levon,
Yes.
Sakis,
yes,
Saloto,
Yes,
Mayor's appointment of Director of Finance.
I would like to reappoint Deb Doles to the Director of Finance.
I'd like to make the motion to reapprove Bevel Dolans for our Finance Committee.
Second.
Moved by Councilman Bogo, seconded by Councilman Gerhardstein, to reaffirm the mayor's appointment of Deborah Doles as a Director of Finance. Discussion? Sandy, please call the roll.
Bogo,
Yes,
Gerhardstein,
Yes.
Kosky, Sherry.
yes, I said yes.
Oh, sorry. Levon,
Yes.
Sakis,
yes,
Saloto,
yes,
Mayor's appointment of City Engineer.
Yes, I'd like to reappoint Pete Formica as the City Engineer.
I'd like to affirm the mayor's appointment of Pete Formica as the city engineer.
second.
Se-
Moved by Councilman Gerhardstein, seconded by Councilwoman Saloto, to reaffirm the mayor's appointment of Pete Formica as the City Engineer. Discussion? Sandy, please call the roll.
Bogo,
yes,
Gerhardstein,
Yes.
Kosky,
Yes,
Levon,
Yes.
Sakis,
yes,
Saloto,
Yes,
Mayor's appointment of Director of Recreation.
I'd like to reappoint Tim Stopp to the Director of Recreation.
I'd like to make the motion that we accept Tim Stopp as Director of Recreation.
Second.
Moved by Councilman Bogo, seconded by Councilman Gerhardstein, to reaffirm the mayor's appointment of Tim Stopp as a Director of Recreation. Discussion? Sandy, please call the roll.
Bogo,
Yes,
Gerhardstein,
Yes.
Kosky,
yes, yes,
Levon,
Yes.
Sakis,
yes,
Saloto.
yes,
Okay, mayor's appointment to the Board of Zoning Appeals.
Yes, reappointing Keith Bennett, the current chair of the Board of Zoning Appeals with a term to expire 12/31/25.
I'd like to make the motion to accept Keith Bennett onto the chair of Board of Zoning Commission.
second,
Moved by Councilwoman Bogo, seconded by Councilwoman Saloto to reaffirm the mayor's appointment of Keith Bennett to the Board of Zoning Appeals with a term to expire December 31st, 2025. Discussion? Sandy, please call the roll.
Bogo,
Yes.
Gerhardstein,
yes,
Kosky,
yes,
Levon,
Yes.
Sakis,
yes,
Saloto.
yes,
Okay, seeing no mayor's appointments to the Cemetery Board or the Civil Service Commission, as those commissions are both full, we'll move on to the mayor's appointments to the Environmental Commission.
Yes, reappointing George Luther and Lori Graysick, both terms to expire 12/31/2023.
I'd like to accept the mayor's nominations to the Environmental Commission. George
Second.
Luther and Lori Graysick.
second,
Moved by Councilman Garrett, seconded by Councilwoman Saloto to reaffirm the mayor's appointment of George Luther and Lori Graysick to the Environmental Commission with terms to expire December 31st, 2023. Discussion? Sandy, please call the roll.
Sorry, Bogo,
Yes.
Gerhardstein,
Yes,
Kosky,
yes,
Levon,
Yes.
Sakis,
yes,
Saloto.
yes,
Mayor's appointments to the Keep Wickliffe Beautiful Commission.
Yes, reappointing Chris Malachek, Suzanne Scrab, Aaron Barbish, Sandra Luther, Brandon Bowles, and David Durkett to Keep Wickliffe Beautiful, all of which have terms expiring 12/31/2022.
I'll affirm mayor's appointment for Keep Wickliffe people. For, do I say all the names? For
Could you-
Chris Malachek, Susan Scram, Aaron Barbish, Sandra Luther, Brandon Bowles, and David Durkett.
second,
Moved by Councilman Sakis, seconded by Councilwoman Saloto to reaffirm the mayor's appointment of Chris Malachek, Susan Scrab, Aaron Barbish, Sandra Luther, Brandon Bowles, and David Durkett to the Keep Wickliffe Beautiful Commission with terms to expire December 31st, 2022. Discussion? Sandy, please call the roll.
Bogo,
Yes.
Gerhardstein,
yes,
Kosky,
yes,
Levon,
Yes.
Sakis,
Yes,
Saloto.
yes,
Mayor's appointments to the Parks and Rec Commission.
Yes, reappointing Sue Mancino and Marty Adams, who both have terms expiring 12/31/24. So those are full terms. And then a new appointment, but it's filling a vacancy, Elliot Stone, with a term to expire 12/31/2022.
I'd like to affirm the mayor's appointments to the Parks and Recreation Commission, Sue Mancino, Marty Adams, and Elliot Stone.
second,
Moved by Councilwoman Kosky, seconded by Councilman Sakis to reaffirm the mayor's appointment of Sue Mancino and Marty Adams with terms to expire December 31st, 2024, and Elliot Stone with a term to expire December 31st, 2022. Discussion? Sandy, please call the roll.
Bogo,
Yes.
Gerhardstein,
yes,
Kosky,
Yes,
Levon,
Yes.
Sakis,
yes,
Saloto.
yes,
Seeing no mayor's appointment to the planning commission, as that is, had no terms expired. Move on to appointments to committees of council. Does any, we really don't have to appoint anybody to these. These are just typically assigned. Does anybody have any objections to any of these? These are all typically based on what commissions you are currently on. That's what usually sets up the committees. If there isn't any objections, we'll go move on to items to be placed in the committee and review the current task list. So we'll start off with the committee of the whole. A couple of items on there, Mayor. Lake County Stormwater Program. Do we still want to keep that in the committee?
You know, I don't know if we should discuss that, because I know we obviously did increase the sewer rates and set those to increase for a number of years. I know this could help with different projects, so I don't know if the engineer wants to speak to it, or if, I mean, it might not hurt if we're going to be meeting for other topics to just throw it in and have a conversation on it. But at the same time, I don't know if we should talk about raising sewer rates when we already have.
Understand. Well, we can always meet on it and then throw it out of committee if that's not the direction we're going to go.
Okay.
Okay, I'll leave it in there. And the Lakeland Service Department garage it stays in committee, correct?
Correct. And the only thing we don't have, I mean, it's without spending too much time and commitment on a construction company to draw up plans for what we need. I mean, again, I think, you know, the service director and I and the engineer, I mean, we all think it makes sense for the long run. So it's just a matter of, you know, when everyone wants to have a conversation on it. But we just don't have any solid figures on building the new building, just because that takes so much to go into. If we, you know, are we really going to get into it or not? So, I mean, we can discuss that in the next couple of months.
Okay. And then I don't know if Ms. Drake is on the call, but do UH lease at the community center? Is that still a topic we want to discuss?
You know, I'd say keep it in there. I mean, we were right there, and then COVID, so they obviously didn't move forward, but they
Gotcha.
were, I mean, we were about to have a lease ready to review. So I would leave it in there, and hopefully we'll get back to that in the next 6 to 8 months.
Okay. Okay, anybody want to add anything to the committee of the whole? Councilwoman Koski?
I have a comment though for after.
Okay. Nothing to add to that committee? If not, we'll move on to the finance committee. Mayor, the NOACA grant, still got to meet on that still?
I don't know, Pete. I'm not sure if that was for Lakeland. I'm not Pete's on, if that was for Lakeland Boulevard or if that was for Ridge Road.
NOACA? That would be for Ridge Road, I guess, yeah.
Okay. I mean, we don't need to discuss
Not
that
really.
at this point, do we? No, I know we've talked about it.
Ron and I
recently,
met with
so.
the director of NOACA a couple of weeks ago, actually, and we've got an extension so that it works better with our timing, do a paving in Lakeland Boulevard, and I don't want to get into it. You know,
That's right. That's right. So yeah, I think we could take it out of
It's all
committee
good.
then, and whenever it comes back up, we'll add it in.
Okay. The purchase of vacant properties, still want to leave that in committee?
I would say so, because if we're going to move forward with any, you know, strategic planning on Euclid Avenue, that might come up.
Gotcha. Maria, the fire department full-time versus part-time employees. I think we had talked about what the costs would be for those. You still want to leave that in the committee and see if the fire chief will work up those numbers and we can discuss it?
Yeah, I mean, it's been in committee for a long time, so I don't know. Yeah, I mean, let's leave it in and see if he can work up some numbers. I'll reach out to him.
Okay. And just let me know when he's ready to speak on it and we'll call a committee meeting. Repaving of Lakeland Boulevard. We already have the grant and everything for that, right?
Yeah,
Right?
I think we can take that out.
I think we just got to we have all that, everything's planned for their acceptance to get it bidded out, right, Pete, in theory?
yes, we'll receive the grant in July, but we're prepared. We got authorized to prepare plans and specs actually at the last meeting, so that's what we're doing right now. And for mid-June, we'll have it out to bid.
Okay, so I'll remove that from the committee. Investment policy statement and related ordinances, Mayor, keep that in?
Yeah, leave it in for now. Yep.
Okay, and the 2021 budget, obviously, we're going to discuss in about 2 weeks.
Yep.
Probably we'll discuss the review of RFPs that same night. Okay. So now it's Maria, this is your committee, the Legislation and Welfare Committee. Leash laws, Councilman Delillo is not even here anymore. I'm not sure we're going to meet on that. I'm not sure what his intent was with that.
I think we did discuss that. There was a handful of, I mean, there always is dogs at large. And I think we discussed different penalties and were advised by the police chief and the law director not to change it. I think the only next step was moving something to a minor misdemeanor, which could carry jail time. So I would say take it out because I do remember having that conversation.
I mean, it was a really hot topic at the time, which is I think why we left it in committee, but I don't think it's even a topic anymore.
I mean, it happens every week, but it's nothing.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just one of those things that happens literally every week.
Yeah, then we have the vacant building code, specific time frame and fees, Mayor.
Yeah, to be honest, I don't even remember. I mean, 'cause we're enforcing the vacant building code. So I'm not sure what that was, to be honest.
Well, we were going to.
Maybe it was the idea of looking at how much we charge and potentially increasing it and
That's
how long
right.
they're vacant.
We were looking at that, and I think we maybe should leave that in committee because.
That's right. Maria, that was your idea to raise the fees.
Yeah.
That's right. It's coming back to me. So yeah, I'd say, I mean, whenever we can discuss that for sure.
Okay, sandwich board signs. I know Ray kind of put it in committee, and I think he may be on the call. Do we still want to discuss the sandwich board signs? Is there something that in specific that you want to discuss on this? He's on this call.
I don't see him.
I think he's on his Kathy's phone, Kathy's
Usually is,
iPhone,
but
or Kathy.
Maybe he can't unmute or anything like that.
We're
Maybe
gonna,
some
you guys
issues.
put that in committee to discuss the timing on how long the sandwich board signs were gonna be up on the avenue.
I honestly think we classified it as a temporary sign, which has a specific amount, a lot of time it's allowed to be out there. And whether we want to make sandwich boards not a temporary sign is what the question was. We can leave it in there and discuss it with Ray beforehand, and just say what to change about it, what would make the most sense. I have no objections to leaving it in there and having a discussion with Ray on it.
Okay.
Councilman Sakis, the marijuana ordinances.
Yeah, we could take that out of committee. We did the resolution, so it's all.
Okay. Chapter 1329 prohibited uses. I think Ray wanted me to put that in there. We have not had a chance to discuss it. We'll just leave that in there and I'll have a discussion with him. We can always remove it if it doesn't come to light.
Well, Ed, wasn't that for the concrete facilities that we did pass that for the prohibited uses in the concrete crushing facilities? Was that pertaining to that topic or something different?
It could have been. I have not looked at chapter 1329. And
Okay.
I'm not
I think
sure
it
what
was. I'm pretty
Okay, if
sure
it is, then
was,
we'll just knock it out if it is.
got it.
Councilman Sakis, animal feeding ordinance.
Yeah, this pertains also with the next one. So once Ray gives me the ordinance, we're gonna do a similar one to Wickliffe. Then we could, we'll call a meeting on it and then discuss if we want to do that. And then but that's something I want to get going here soon because we have a couple issues with the extreme feeding of deer and feral cats. So, okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then the chapter 14603, 14604 that Ray just put in recently, we're just gonna leave that in committee. We'll have to get with him and see exactly what he wants to look at changing or modifying. Okay, anybody want to add anything to that committee?
Ed, is that where we would add, if we were gonna talk about referendum zoning, changing the zoning, is that where that would go?
I think that we can put that in the committee of the whole. That's probably something that we all should discuss. There's only 4 people on the legislation and welfare. I have a copy of the actual ordinance that we read and wrote in 2019. So we can discuss it and I can we can put it back in and we can go over that again and see if that makes sense. So we'll add
That's
reference
okay.
to the
Committee of the
committee of the
whole.
whole.
Okay.
Anything else on the Legislation and Welfare Committee? Okay, Improvement Committee. I think Matt just put the road resurfacing improvements in there, so that'll stay in there. Anybody have anything else for the Improvement Committee? If not, we'll go on to the Parks and Properties Committee, Randy's committee. Mayor, you still want to leave the dog park in there? John, you still on or you're on mute?
Sorry about that. I went back on mute a moment ago. Yeah, I mean, we did discuss it obviously early on in 2018. I don't think I think we started looking at it and just got sidetracked with other projects. We were looking at, Joe, correct me if I'm wrong, that Truman Road extension area, I think it was. I mean, I'm okay either way. I don't know what it would cost if we can discuss.
We were waiting on to see if there'd be a grant. Something, Pete, I don't know if you remember about if we could get some kind of funding that would take care of that. I know there has to be a water supply there, which there is.
Yeah, nature works, yes.
Right.
So that's something we can apply for if we want to pursue it. Along with that site, we need a place, if we want to continue to have the Wickliffe Gardens type thing there. It can be a dual purpose. I'm sure we can make it perfect fertilizer. So
Yeah. And with that, Pete, I'm glad you brought that up. I thought about, I don't know if it's work on the north side of the community center. There's that side lot that's really not used for anything. I thought about that for the community gardens. So I don't know if we can, I guess if we can add that, maybe keep dog park in and add in community gardens to the Parks and Properties Committee.
Mayor, if you don't mind, when you were talking about the north side of the community center,
Correct. Yep.
if you notice some of those, when they put their fencing up at the community gardens because of the deer, I mean, some of those people have 6, 7 high foot fences and then they put those pie tins up. I don't know if we have the community center looking so good.
Oh yeah,
We
true.
want that
True.
stuck on the side of the community center when it looks so nice.
Yeah.
That's something we can discuss when we call a meeting on it. But yeah, that is a good point. But let's save that for when we actually talk about that issue.
Okay.
Okay, so we'll add community gardens to the Parks and Property Committee as well. And we'll discuss that whenever we have any more information to talk about it. Anything that needs to be, other things that need to be added to the Parks and Property Committee? Anything that needs to be added to the Energy Efficiency Environmental Committee? Anything to the Safety Committee?
Ed,
Yes.
I don't know if it warrants discussion at this point, but I did get that application. It was due by the end of the year. So I did get an application into ODOT for them to do a free study on the 300 Street Ridge Road intersection. I know that there was some discussion about that, so.
We could put the study of East 300th onto the Safety Committee.
It was, I didn't know if it was in a committee. I didn't see it in there, so.
It is not. We talked about it at a meeting, but we never got into it. And you said it was a free study and we could look at it, but we never put it into a specific committee. So I think that would go well on the Safety Committee. Whenever you're ready to talk about that, please let Sherry know.
Okay.
Thank you for doing that, Pete.
No problem.
Anybody want anything to the Utilities Committee? Or the Service and Special Equipment Committee? Okay, the Economic Development and Euclid Avenue Redevelopment Committee. Maria, this is going to be your committee going forward. I don't know if there's anything you want to take out of this one or not. I think let me know. There's Euclid Avenue properties or the Euclid Avenue master plan. We can just leave them both in there unless you want to remove one of them.
Well, no, I mean, we're certainly looking at this right now. I mean, so I
Correct.
think leave it in committee and,
Yeah, Yeah, these are things we can
That's
discuss.
a general topic that I think we can bring a lot of things, we can discuss a lot of things within those two topics as it comes up. So leave them.
All right, does anybody else have anything that they want to add to that committee? If not, we'll close that and move on to the mayor's comments. John, you have anything?
Yeah, not much. Just looking forward to a good year. I know it's been, 2020 was, I think, difficult in a lot of ways, but a lot of growth opportunities. We were able to refocus. We've got new businesses moving in, some properties changing hands on Euclid Avenue. A lot more properties are up for sale, which I think is because we've been enforcing the vacant building ordinance the past couple of years. Some of those buildings that have been sitting for years are now for sale. So hopefully we'll see some more action there. But yeah, just really looking forward to a growth-oriented year in the city.
Okay, thank you, Mayor. Move on to adjournment.
Ed,
Councilman Sakis, you want to say something first?
yeah, it just passed my mind. I don't know what committee it goes into, but I want to discuss Provo House. I talked to the mayor on something of either selling, fixing up, leasing, or something, because what we spend on maintenance a year, I think something should be done with the Provo House.
Okay, well, we'll add Provo House to the committee of the whole, so we all can discuss that.
And I know that the baseball has the equipment down there, but there's buildings, the old fire department, there's buildings to put that equipment. But Sherry had a question. I saw. I don't know if
Yeah.
that was.
Go ahead, Sherry.
We missed an appointment of a director.
No, Ray's not on there because
He's a
it's
civil
the civil
service.
service.
Oh, so
That might have-
okay, I'm sorry.
Yeah, we don't do the chiefs or Ray because they're all covered by civil service.
Okay.
Okay. We'll move on to adjournment.
I just had a quick
Go ahead, Councilwoman Sloto.
about the Provo House. So, now that we're really going to be looking at redeveloping Euclid Avenue, maybe that should fall into that committee, because I have been approached about some ideas about what could be done with that space.
It's on Euclid Avenue. That's fine by me.
Yeah, only because
Move Provo House to the Euclid Avenue Redevelopment Committee then.
yeah,
That's fine. Out of the committee of the whole. That's fine.
thank you.
You're welcome. Anything else? If not, we'll move on to adjournment.
Make a motion, we adjourn.
Second,
Moved by Councilman Gerhartstein, seconded by Councilwoman Sloto to adjourn the meeting. Discussion? Sandy, please call the roll.
Bogo,
Yes.
Gerhardstein,
Yes.
Kosky,
Yes.
Levon,
Yes.
Sakis,
Yes.
Saloto.
yes.
All right, thank you guys. See you next week.
See you next week.
Thanks, everyone.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.